one thing I love about Ebuka's interaction with the housemates on Sundays during the live eviction show for every season of Big Brother Naija is the way it completely throws them off balance. It's the way it creates uncertainty, doubt, conflicts, of course, rivalries, or probably even fuels existing conflicts and rivalries in the house. And you see, last night was no different. The whole house was tensed. The housemates were scared, especially by the manner with which the Ndi Nne pair were evicted from the house via the contents of the custodian box. Yeah. And so that engineered most of the conversations that happened last night, and also even fueled the conflicts that actually transpired between the Wani ex-handy pair and Ruti. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into this video. I will spill the details of all of these conversations that happened right after the live eviction show. So please make sure you watch to the end of this video. Do not skip out on any part. And of course, I would love to read your thoughts on each and every single one of these conversations. All right. Now, you're especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, and I am the girl with the tea. Without further ado, let's just quickly dive right into the details of this video. Beginning with Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, quite frankly, I found it quite hilarious and strange that Mayor was moody and sad after the live eviction show. And this is because of them carrying out their responsibilities as the custodians of the week. Yes, you know, evicting the Ndi Nne pair. I was wondering, like, dude, I don't understand, who died? Why are you acting like you want to kill yourself over what you've done? I mean, you and your partner, you went into the diary room, you deliberated. Big Brother actually gave them 2 minutes to deliberate. So you deliberated, I think it was even 3 minutes. You deliberated on your decision and you took that decision. It wasn't like there was a gun to your head that forced you to, you know, make your choice. So what's the big deal, you know? And then right after the live eviction show, the guy had gone to the garden, but then Sean had followed him and was, you know, encouraging him not to think too much about it. It was quite expected that at the end of the evening, they would have to make a decision, be it to save a pair or to evict a pair or to replace a pair. A decision will still have to be made. Yes. So when the guy was acting, guys, quite frankly, I just felt like he was actually acting up. Yes, because come on, dude. If you wanted to be brutal, you could have evicted the Flourish pair, but you did not. You didn't. And guys, it was quite easy to analyze that whole situation that, oh yes, we're actually playing tit for tat. The Ndi Nne pair chose not to save him and his partner Toby last week Sunday when they were up for, you know, when they were in the bottom 4 of nominated housemates for possible eviction. So it was very obvious that they were playing tit for tat. Yeah. So I did not buy all that moody bullshit that he was actually doing. But hey, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, the next conversation was between Wani and Sean. Now, it's very obvious that Wani does not want to have any issues with Sean's partner, Victoria. She doesn't want to be the reason that Sean is struggling in his partnership with Victoria. Yes. And so stemming from Ebuka's questions to Victoria during the live eviction show, Wani had felt really uncomfortable because, ladies and gentlemen, even the way Victoria had responded to that question, it felt like she wasn't being forthcoming with the real reason her relationship with Sean is kind of off. Yes. So Wani had pleaded with Sean to get closer to Victoria, to have more conversations with Victoria, to check in on her. You know, every time he should ensure that she's okay. If he sees her all by herself, he should go and talk to her, engage her in conversations, just make her happy, you know, so that there will be peace in the land. And I really liked that coming from, you know, Wani. I really liked that. And just as she had actually pleaded and advised, Sean had, you know, gone back into the house and had that conversation with Victoria. Now, I like what he said. He had told her that, listen, you might be thinking something entirely different, but nobody knows what's on your mind except you open your mouth and talk about it. So you need to make your move, you know, to come talk to me, you know, more often, or talk to other people as well, instead of staying in your own shell. And guys, you see, one thing that frustrates me about Victoria is when people are advising her on how to be more sociable in the house, it's like you're actually talking to a wall. I mean, it seemed that way at first, but then towards the end of the night, she started, coming out of her shell. She started engaging in more roundtable conversations, yes, i.e. with the Mbadiwe twins and their clique. And then there was also the, what's her name now? Chinwe and the DJ Flo's clique. She would insert herself there, listen to their conversations, and if there was any need for her to chip in anything, she would. And I noticed that with the Mbadiwe clique, she was more engaging, not overly though. I mean, it's a gradual process, but she was more engaging. But with the Chinwe clique, because that clique is really toxic. I mean, quite frankly, they are really toxic. They're always gossiping about people that they're having issues with in the house and how they're going to fight those people here. So with that clique, Victoria wouldn't really say much, but she would do a lot of listening, which I kind of like and admire, because I think it's even better self that she doesn't even say anything. So I do not say, oh, Victoria said, yes. But I noticed some level of improvement in Victoria's social skills last night, and I liked it. I really liked it. She wasn't boring last night. Really went out of her way to improve, on her interactions with her fellow housemates, yes. But there was something I also noticed though. Now that Victoria is managing to come out, it seems as though there are some guys that, guys have always had eyes for Victoria, but there's two in particular that literally have their eyes wide open in Victoria's direction. So there is TJ, the doctor, and then there's also Zion. Ladies and gentlemen, on TJ's part, I don't know if he's being overly protective or probably curious. I don't know. My eyes are in that direction. And then for Zion, hey. See, Zion's one is getting me really scared, because ever since the show started, Zion has never really had any close conversation or any close relationship with any other female housemate except his girlfriend, Chinwe. So now, Zion is literally having a one-on-one chat with Victoria without anybody else involved. Now, I'm not saying he's trying to cheat on Chinwe or anything, but I'm quite amazed, and I cannot wait to see what is going to grow out of this newfound, friendship in quote or connection. And I cannot wait to see Chinwe's reaction to this new connection. Yeah, because it wasn't just last night. Even during the Saturday night party, you could see that Zion was looking in that Victoria's direction, and in a way I think they almost danced together, or they did. So I don't know if Chinwe is gonna like this. I smell trouble coming. But there's also the part where Chinwe is very cool with Victoria, and that is because she doesn't really say much. Chinwe likes people that she can talk over, yes, but then let's just wait and see, guys. I'm just giving you the tea of all of these little things happening, and this week 3 is going to be very, very revealing. Now, quickly moving on, there was also the conversation between Wani and Ndi, and then there was Cassia and what's her name, Onyeka, in the garden. So they were quite taken aback by Ebuka's question / revelation, about Ruthie's conversation with her partner DJ Flo. They were also quite surprised at Ruthie's response, because according to them, Ruthie had never approached them, to complain about anything. She had never approached them to call them stingy, because in response to Ebuka's questions, Ruthie had actually said that she had confronted them, she had told them to their face. So they were like, no, that she had never said anything, because even them, they don't even bother to get into the whole mix of communal cooking, and that is why they cook what they like for themselves and their people. So they were quite surprised, So they were saying that they weren't going to give her that room to, get on their nerves, because they feel like she's fake. Why would you say you've confronted us when you haven't? Yes. So they were just having their conversations and talking about how they were going to avoid that at all costs. But then sadly, or should I say gladly, that whole drama ensued between both groups. last night and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I do not mind if there's a repeat of it as the week progresses. Guys, what do you think? Chinwe was another housemate that was really worried and even panicking, yes, to some extent, about how Ebuka's questions, or should I say, how Ebuka had exposed the things that she had said about her boyfriend Zion, how it was going to affect her relationship with him. So out of fear, she had been telling her friends DJ Flo and Ruthie that Ebuka wanted to spoil our relationship, that she doesn't even know what to do. But it was quite interesting, you know, when other housemates were having conversations about it, that Ebuka did not lie, that Chinwe had actually said a lot about Zion during that period that they were quarreling, that she had actually said a lot, and it was quite embarrassing. You know, in fact, the guys had a conversation in the garden and they were quite disappointed in Chinwe, that listen, no matter what, you had an issue with your man, no matter what, you don't say things like that. If people had talked about it outside the house, that is a different scenario, but this is live TV. Millions of people are watching. Now you've given the whole world the impression that you are your man's sponsor. Yes. And guys, you could tell that that whole situation was really awkward for Zion. Zion was quiet. This guy was quiet. In fact, even all through the custodian challenge, the guy was quiet. It felt as though Chinwe's words and Ebuka's revelation, you know, had completely put him in a box, completely rid him of his ego. Like, it felt like the guy was ashamed. He couldn't talk, he couldn't say anything. Nobody knew what was going through his mind. So Chinwe kept on checking up with him and she was trying to explain herself. And guys, I do not think, like personally, I do not think Zion believed anything that Chinwe was saying yesterday, because he knows the girl. Probably not 100%, but he knows how she behaves outside. So he knew that she was capable of saying such. And it could be that some of the things that she said were true. So he was probably, you know, disappointed that she had to come air it out on live TV. And so seeing Zion interacting with Victoria last night, it made me wonder if that was a method, or rather a plan. And so seeing Zion interacting with Victoria last night, it made me wonder if that was his own way of getting back at Chinwe, if that is going to be a new stunt is going to pull out this new week. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. There are two more conversations I would have shared on this video, but it's about Ruthie and her relationship with Mayor, and it's going to require a lot of analyzing. So I wouldn't want to add it onto this video, otherwise this video is going to be ridiculously lengthy, more than it is already. So expect another video from me where I share all of those details, all right? But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about all I have shared on this one, and I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.